What?
Think that you shouldn't. The guys who are so upset about their height that they're going to get the leg lengthening surgery are categorically indistinguishable from trans women getting facial feminization surgery, in my opinion. Seriously, I really do. It's exactly the same thing that's motivating them. It's exactly the same thing. They have a specific belief of how they, as a woman or man, are supposed to look, a range of physical features, of phenotypical expression, of height, of facial shape, whatever, that they think they should fit into, and they don't, and they want to pay a surgeon to fix that up for them, you know?
This is true, and I understand why he's saying this, is if you don't think trans people are real. And most progressives, at least on the internet, at this point, don't think that trans people are actually real. To them, being trans is an aesthetic, which means that the surgeries are, by definition, cosmetic. So like a limb lengthening surgery that makes you feel better about how you look is the same thing as like facial feminization surgery, top surgery, bottom surgery, whatever, or hormones, because all of it at the end of the day is just, it's like your aesthetic, basically. So, I mean, it makes sense that he would say this, but... Michael Sartain comments on an old post in the subreddit. Also, check his profile. He was a super fan of the Call Her Daddy podcast. Comments on an old post in this subreddit. Wait, why did he comment on this 15 hours ago? So how does it feel realizing that every single thing you guys predicted in this Reddit group was categorically incorrect? On today's stream, Destiny said he expects Rolo and the other guy to just refuse to debate and just throw a bunch of cuck jokes. They won't do that. Oh, of course not. If I said that on stream, it's because I was fucking with them, just like Rolo was fucking with me. I already talked to August a lot going into that debate. I knew that Rolo was going to be super fucking chill the entire time because he'd already made himself look like an absolute fucking buffoon before. There was no way that Rolo was going to go into that debate heated. He couldn't. He would have looked crazy. But I will say, and I'll continue to stand by this, I won on every single research point. There was not a single research point that I was incorrect on, that they countered. Just to be clear. Bound by blood. What is this? Try to cancel all the pictures into the mind. There's a flashing in my eyes. Don't you see my condition? Try to cancel. Is limb lengthening an example of performance for the female gaze? I think it's still the male gaze. People will say whatever, but like I will always stand by this. Women do not care about height anywhere near as much as men think they do. Here, actually, I'll be stronger. I'm gonna make a stronger statement. And I'm gonna defend a group of men while doing this, okay? Which is rare, because I'm usually always shitting on men. If you are a man above 5'6", and you're complaining about your height, kill yourself, because whatever's wrong with you, it has nothing to do with your appearance. You're just a fucking trash person, or you have something else going on. But like, once you start getting to where, if you're a man and you're legitimately like 5'3", 5'4", like when you're in that range, you're gonna start to run into some actual issues relating to picking up girls. I'll admit that 100%. And it's sad that like fucking retards that are like 5'9" will be like, oh, I'm too short, never gonna grow over. People will be like 5'11", lying, saying they're 6'2", like, oh, I don't know if I'm tall. Bullshit. If you're a guy and you're like 5'6" or below, yeah, you might have some issues.
Steven.
What?
Relly disagrees with you. Here, take it, Relly. Whoa. Can you hear me, brother? Hi. Steve?
What's up, brother? Am I don't know if I'm allowed to call you that. What's up?
You're not allowed to. You don't have to pass it. Okay. So what about, because you said 5'6". I feel like 5'6" is a bit low, because there's a lot of women. I feel this way, and I think a lot of people feel this way, and I imagine you agree. There's a lot of women who don't date men who are shorter than them.
Yep.
Hannah changed her bio. Okay, wait. 5'6" is incredibly short. There are millions of women
Isn't
who are 5'8",
5'9". Wait. Isn't 5'6"? You're already at like the. Hold on. Let me. Isn't 5'6"? Aren't you at like the 90th percentile or something for female height?
No, I don't think so. 2 inches above the average. No, I don't think so. I know 6 foot, which is 2 inches above No, it's 3 inches above. The average height for a man is the top 15%. So I would be surprised if 2 inches above the average woman is the top 10%.
Tell them about the hunter eyes.
Okay, if you are 5'7" as a woman, you're 90th percentile for height. If you're 5'5" and a half, you're 75th percentile for height. So if you're 5'6" as a man, you're taller than 75% of women.
Uh-huh.
So I think
I mean,
you're
that means, so by that logic, wouldn't it mean that like 25% of women are like, you're playing at a significant disadvantage or straight up like a no-go situation?
I mean, I don't know if I would say straight up a no-go, but yeah, you're at a bit of a disadvantage, sure. Like, once you hit like 5, but even so, 75% of women are still your height or shorter.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say that, like, well, your claim was literally kill yourself if you're complaining about height and you're at 5'6" or above.
Yeah, because you're at 5'6", you're not at a point where you're like, you're fucked. You still have plenty of options.
Sure, but there's a difference between fucked and kill yourself, right? Like,
no, you should kill yourself if you complain that you're fucked. Because you're not fucked.
If you complain that you're fucked, but would we not disagree that if you're like a 5'6" dude, it can be probably pretty hard for you?
It can be a bit harder, sure. You're literally picking the absolute fucking bottom of the range that I gave. If you want me to up it to 5'7" to make you feel better, that's fine. But at 5'6", you can still find most women are shorter than you. At 5'6", you can still do it. At 5'6", if you haven't found a single woman, it's your fault. It's not because of your height.
I agree with that. One of, like, my best friend back home was 5'6". He literally didn't even know women preferred tall men because he wielded his power so well. You know, like, I don't disagree with that idea, but like 5'6" kill yourself, bro. I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know, bro.
Well, that's life.
Like, I feel like that's kind of rough.
Yeah, well,
I mean, personally,
when it gets really rough is when you start hitting like 5'5", 5'4", and the average woman is your height. Now you're getting really fucked. That's when it gets super fucked. So I don't know if you're 5'6", yeah, 5'6" is the very bottom range I pulled out. But still, if you're 5'6", I think you're doing significantly better than a guy that's 5'4". If 5'4", you're like you're the average woman height, and then 5'5", you're like an inch taller.
Oh yeah, I want to know if you had this experience, and Brother Darnell, weigh in if you have as well. Okay.
Okay.
When I have been with women, multiple times have they said that, like, personally to me, oh yeah, I haven't dated any guy below X height, I haven't dated any guy below Y height, and now I know, and you've said it before and I agree, that people will say I only date people at X height, but ass meets grass, that doesn't matter. You got good, personality and shit like that, it doesn't really matter. But does that not, like, I feel bad whenever I hear that. Like,
I mean, people say shit, but there have been people that have been on camera that have said shit, like, even that in areas that I've been, where it's like, oh no, I would never fuck with a bisexual guy. I would never fuck a bisexual guy. I would never, and I can tell you from experience, that's not true. The thing is that people in their minds have a perception of what certain people are like, what certain people look like, what certain people act like, but when they meet you in real life and they've got a chance to see, like, other personality characteristics and shit, they'll change their mind immediately. Like, there's a lot of guys out there that probably say, like, oh, I prefer brunettes or I prefer blondes or whatever, but if they meet the right chick, they'll be like, oh, fuck this. Like, I really like this girl.
I agree.
Yeah. Really common thing would be white guys saying shit like, oh yeah, like, I would never date a black girl or whatever. But then when you meet like a really cool black chick, you're like, oh yeah, I don't know why the fuck I even said that. Like, obviously I would date this person. Like, it just depends on like who you've been exposed to. So like for a lot of women, especially because I don't even know if women know how tall a guy is, because every guy that's 5'9" says he's 6 feet tall. Yeah. So it's like,
they don't. So many women have said, you're like 6'3", right? I'm like, no, I am not. I am absolutely not. Because people are used to men lying about height, and then they also it's hard to tell. Like a 2-inch difference, straight up, you can't tell. Like a 2-inch
Ahrelevant, like,
okay, nice try. Well, there's a 4-inch difference there, but nice try.
The same height.
No, that's not true. She was taller than you.
She was. Dude, she literally changed her bio after. Once she re-downloaded Tinder, she changed her bio that you have to be taller than her afterwards. And I was literally at her height, if like a little bit taller. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Wait, where are you guys at? Where are you guys at right now?
We're walking home from the gym.
Oh, cute. How's life going? When are you guys coming to Florida? Is that happening still, or?
Speaking of that, are you gonna be back right after Jubilee, the 21st, or are you gonna come back?
I should be back. I don't know why you said 21st. I should be back on the 29th.
The 29th.
Yeah. Wait, why is it saying stronghold must be conquered first? Am I fucking up right now, guys?
Say what?
Sorry. Yeah, like 29. I should be back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like we both agree on that. So what I was gonna say after like the statements where like my past partner's been like, I only date people like this height, or I really like how tall you are, is like from there, I think that's where a lot of shorter people can get nuked on their confidence. And so I think it's just realistic for them to not be to perform as well. Not even that materially it is easier for taller people. It's just much easier for somebody like me, because I've never had a woman be like, you're too short. They're always like, oh, I love how tall you are. I love how the...
Sure, there's a really difficult thing to tease out, because a lot of things like run in tandem with each other. So for instance, like people that are more attractive are legitimately, I think by most reasons, people that are more attractive are actually better people. They're more charismatic. People perceive them as more friendly. They're more successful in life. They tend to have better education. There's like a whole bunch of things that happen for attractive people. But then the question is are attractive people actually better, or is the confidence boost that you get by being treated as an attractive person something that makes you excel in all of those areas? That's a really hard thing to tease out the difference between. So I understand what you're saying there. Yeah.
But also, you wouldn't disagree that attractive people just get more opportunities than less attractive people, right?
They
just
do,
like
but what I'm saying is that like an attractive person might have like we'll say like a 5 to 10% advantage over over like a medium person, but because they get that advantage their whole life, by the time they reach adulthood, that advantage might blow up to like a 100% advantage, just because they've been used to being treated in such a way, so they get like a huge confidence boost. They pursue things
100%.
like more. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I've talked to like some more attractive people, and now you've talked to a considerable amount more than me and probably Darius, but it seems like, especially if you've grown up and you were like attractive most of your life, it seems like a lot of people, they like attach that being attractive onto their like identity, and if you like take that away from them, or like try and, if you don't find them attractive, it's like a big deal to them, at least in my experience.
One of the really, okay, this is hold on, I'm gonna mute for 1 second. I'm sorry, because I don't want to. Okay, I unmuted. Don't reference that, but yeah, that's like some black demon magic. Yeah.
I denied not to. Okay, I just there was this one specific girl who did OnlyFans I talked to, and I denied her sex one time, and she said her ego was completely ruined and brings it up to this day. So yeah, no, I
was talking to a guy who was black-pilled. No, he was black-pilled. He believed, women only care about looks and stuff, but he was super attractive, easy 8.5, right? Dude was giga hot, right? So he was like, from his mindset, he was that, but he was very, very invested in the idea that everybody must find him attractive, and he has to maintain his status of being attractive, and stuff like that. And I was like, because he was, we talked about being rejected, because I don't give a fuck about being rejected. And he said it like destroys him, and that's why he doesn't like talk to, he doesn't ask women out IRL. He only does online stuff and like Tinder, because the rejection face to face like destroys his ego.
Sure.
Yeah. And I was just like, maybe I don't have that experience because I didn't grow up attractive or anything like that. And so I don't know. It's just in my experience, that's how it's been throughout life. So,